I'm sure you've heard every jewelry shop mention this word brilliance before, and this word is heavily misused almost everywhere you go. I've been to jewelry shops in many countries and this word is almost always used, such as, "This diamond is very brilliant." And immediately what comes to my mind is that this diamond is not brilliant because number one, it isn't, and number two, it's totally assessed in the wrong lighting environment. So how do you truly assess if this diamond is brilliant?
First off, you need to understand what the word brilliant really means. The brilliance of a diamond is basically the ratio of the blacks and whites you see in the diamond, where it has to be balanced and well distributed. Meaning you don't want too much black areas as it will make the diamond look too dark, or too much white areas where it makes the diamond looking very boring. And in order to analyze these black and white areas, you have to see the diamond under white lights, not those spotlights or LED lights that all jewelry shops use. Those spotlights are to see the fire and not the brilliance, which is completely opposite of each other. I'll explain to you more about the fire at the later part of this video. So how does the black and white relate to beauty? First, we need structure. Say an outline of a diamond, which is a circle. This circle gives the object structure, just let's say like an outline of a tree. The other aspect of beauty, such as the surroundings, nature, or visuals, will be the tone. So let's say when I add the tone, it now gives a dynamic view to the visual image, where there now is depth, interest, and character to the tree. In the same way a diamond does, it has tone. These tones are seen on a diamond under a white light setting. For example, of white light settings are fluorescent lights, which is typically in an office lighting environment, or outdoors cloudy lights, or any shaded light environment like under a shelter. Different diamonds comes in different tones of brightness or contrast. For example, if I increase the contrast level in the arrows to make it darker, it will make the white areas look whiter as there is a stronger contrast. Overall, this can make the diamond look brighter. Or when I have the white areas looking whiter, it will make the dark areas look darker, giving the diamond more contrast and depth. Similarly, there are different tones in everyday life, such as light tones, mid-tones, and dark tones. In this concept, it gives depth and interest to an object. Otherwise, an object simply looks very boring and two-dimensional, just like this outline. Similarly, if we were to draw a tree and add tone to it, we would add character and interest to it. A dark tone, then add some mid-tones and some light tones. This gives you depth to the tree now. After we have the contrast area, this is where the brilliance comes in, the ratio of the black and whites. Without it, it will look very bland, just like if there was only a dark tone, or if it only has a light tone. But when we add more tones into it, it makes that object come to life. The intensity of the tone creates that beauty in a diamond. With little or no intensity, it makes the diamond look very boring and bland. For example, if the bright area is not bright enough, or if the dark area is not dark enough. A brighter white in conjunction next to a darker dark will make it look brighter than what it seems. Now this is what the brilliance of a diamond is. This whole idea is brilliance, the relation between the black and whites to give depth or interest to a diamond. Also, it needs to be well distributed and balanced out. For example, if it was not well distributed, it will look something like this on a tree, or like this on a diamond which has severe light leakages. The area is uneven and is not well distributed. Now this is all about brilliance.
Brilliance also takes into a consideration of a secondary aspect, which is the pattern scintillation. A diamond is not a static object. In real life, it's always moving and never still.
When you're wearing a diamond ring, your hands are always moving about and you'll see the diamond in different angles. 80% of the time, the diamond is seen from the top view, but there are other times when it is seen at a 45 degrees angle or at a tilt. When we measure the brilliance, we not only need to measure it in how we describe, but also measure it when we move the diamond at certain angles, and what happens to them. This is where the pattern scintillation comes in. Certain diamonds, depending on how they are cut, can have more blacks or severe light leakages at certain angles. When this happens, the diamond no longer have good pattern scintillation. For super ideal cuts, they are analyzed in tilts as well, and cut to have good amount of brilliance. We don't just ensure that they have high brilliance from the top view, but at tilted angles as well. This is to ensure that they do have good pattern scintillation.
Most jewelers in the entire world have this misconception. They would say that this diamond is so brilliant under jewelry shop lighting. But the fact that they can say that this diamond is brilliant in a jewelry shop is wrong, because jewelry shops use direct lighting and not white lights.
Now, if we want to add more dynamic and interest to an object, we can add color into it. This is where the fire comes in, which is measured under a different sort of lighting, which is direct light. Examples of direct lights are like spotlights or LED lights, which are typically found in jewelry shops, shopping malls, ballrooms, or direct sunlight. Under direct light is where all the colors come out, such as the purple, blue, green, orange, red, rainbow flashes you see shooting out from a diamond. Fire is the direct competitor of brilliance. Fire is the colorful flash you see under direct lighting, whereas brilliance is the black and whites you see under white lights. When you start moving the object, this is where the scintillation comes in, which is the movement of the fire, which is also the opposite of pattern scintillation. So remember, when a jeweler says that this diamond is brilliant in a jewelry shop, he has understood the whole idea of brilliance and fire wrongly. Now, an easy way you can analyze the brilliance and fire of a diamond is by using the ASAT scope. The ASAT scope is a really simple and useful device that measures the light return of the diamond. It reveals the contrast and light leakages areas in the diamond and the intensity of the light return. For example, this is the ASAT scope of a super ideal cut diamond. The blue areas are the areas that have strong contrast, which are the very black areas on the actual diamond. The red areas are strong light return, which are the white areas on the diamond. The stronger the light return, the whiter the whites will be, as these are the light reflection. In other words, the stronger the light return, the brighter the diamond will be. The green areas are weak light return, which are the grey areas on the diamond. This is where the mid-tone comes in, creating more pattern and depth effect. Lastly, the white areas are light leakages, which would be dark or greyish on the diamond, which adds additional patterning and tones into the diamond. Overall, you can see that these tones are well distributed and balanced out, creating a beautiful pattern and depth effect, which is known as the brilliance. Now let's see what happens when a diamond is over contrasted. Notice there are way too much black areas in a diamond. Just like creating more contrast in this tree, it is now less beautiful and it is no longer even and no longer bright. Similarly, if we take away the contrast and the diamond has more white areas, you realize that even though this diamond has more red on the ASAT, meaning more light return, it no longer looks so bright because there is no black or contrast areas to balance it out. Instead, it has light leakages at the circle area, which creates a dark greyish color in the middle of the diamond, which is not well distributed.
This is why I strongly recommend anyone buying a diamond to check your diamond under the ASAT scope. It helps you analyze the light performance of the diamond and checks if your diamond is truly brilliant. So that's all for this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Do subscribe to our YouTube channel for more of these educational videos.